So I recently had to speak to my mum about how she was praying for me. And I want to bring this conversation to a lot of you guys because my mother woke up one morning and she just was like, "Oh, um, wherever your glory is, may it come back to you." And I immediately said to her, "Hey, stop praying those prayers." And she looked at me shocked, right? Mother's a Yoruba woman, so she looked at me shocked and she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Mom, what kind of a prayer is that?" And she was like, I'm just, and I was like, "What do you mean, wherever the glory? Who took the glory and where are they?" And then I said to her, "Do you pray like that for yourself?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's the type of prayers that I pray." And I was so sad, but not sad in a bad way. I had a spiritual realization that so many of our ancestors, our mothers, our fathers, grandparents, were praying from a position of lack, a position of fear, a position of abandonment, a position of defeat. They did not understand and recognize what it was to have the language of power. They didn't pray in power, they prayed in cowering. They didn't pray in courage, they prayed in fear. They didn't pray in victory, they prayed in defeat. And I had to teach my mother that it is time for you to learn the language of heaven. You must learn the language of heaven. You must learn how to speak holy. You must learn how to see your child and not say those types of things, but to say that the glory that you were born with, may it continue to manifest in its fullest light as you live and as you breathe till the day that you sleep. So I started telling my mother that speak to me as you'd speak to a queen. Speak to yourself as you'd speak to a queen. Address the glory that is on my head, that is in my heart, that is in my spirit, that is in my soul, that is in my DNA. Do not say things like, "Wherever your glory is, may it come back to you." Like, because what you are now, the spell that you are casting, that you're not hearing, is that somebody had the power to take my glory. Someone had the power to take our glory. The glory is somewhere scattered and it is not currently in my possession and in use, meaning that you have now rendered me powerless, unable to use my own glory, and we do not know the location of it. And when I broke this down to her, she sat there and she looked at me and she was like, "This is how I've been praying my whole life." And I said, "Yeah, I think you need to take a little break from church and go and learn how to pray for real." I said, "Because in church, you guys don't know how to pray. You pray as though you are in the campus of your enemy. You're in the camp of your enemy. You pray as though you are in bondage." I said, "You need to pray as a victor, not a victim. Pray as a victor." That is why praise is the greatest tool for a person who may be feeling the experience of bondage. Notice I didn't say you are in it. You are feeling the experience of the bondage, not that you are the bondage and the no no no, you are feeling the experience. If you feel the experience of the bondage, what did Mary say? "Let the shackles on my what? Feet break off so what? I can dance." Brethren in the Lord, pray in victory, pray in honor, pray in glory. Even if thou was to ask for forgiveness, how did Christ pray? "Our Father, whom art in heaven, hallowed be that." What does that sound like? That sounds like kingdom shit. Like, now, good morning to my great God. What's going on? "Hallowed be thy name, the heavenliest." He didn't say, "Unto all my enemies." What kind of prayer? Will you go and sit down with all those prayers? Enemy, 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 enemy. You're calling your enemy every day. Of course, why would they not come and visit you? Call glory. Say prosperity. Locate me as I walk out of my door. As I drink from this cup, as I brew my tea this early morning, let me drink the gratitude of the highest heavens. Let the oracle of truth continue to sound through my spirit. Let my feet step only on holy land, prepared by the divine archangels of the Lord, whom shall comfort me as I sleep at night. People don't know how to pray. You don't know how to pray. Nǹkan tó ń ṣe gbogbo yín nìyẹn, ẹ mọ àdúrà gbà. Ẹ ń ṣépè mọ́ ara yín lórí. You're cursing yourself. Stop doing it. You pray in victory. You pray as a victor. You pray as a conqueror. You pray in power to attain power, to continue power. Okay? That's how you pray.